Hello there, thank you for tuning in to our NuView Nutrition Ask the Expert video. I'm Brittany and I'm a nutritionist at NuView Nutrition, and I'm here today to talk to you about the topic of junk food, and I've got some tips and tricks for how to kick that habit to the curb, okay? And first I want to lead off with some facts about our cravings, which I think are pretty interesting and I think you'll like them too. So first of all, we are programmed genetically to crave carbs and sugar. So that's the bad news. We're genetically programmed this way. Why? Because in ancient times, we didn't have things like central heating and cooling. We needed to be able to store fat for the winter. And carbs and sugar are the fastest and easiest way to do that. So our body naturally wants to go to those things for survival. The other thing too is that they're a very quick source of energy. So when we are crashing or we're tired, we're going to crave those things first because they're going to get to our body as a quick form of energy for us. Another fact is that over 600,000 food products are available on the market today. 80% of them or more have added sugar in them. What this means is that most of the things that you're buying on the shelves have added sugar that's contributing to your cravings, basically, because it is a cycle. The food that we've been introduced to in the 20th century has basically hijacked our taste buds, our brain chemistry, our hormones, and our metabolism. So with that being said, we're stuck in this, like I said, vicious cycle of hunger and cravings. So one other kind of fact here is that there are 56 different names for sugar on ingredient labels. So it may not directly say sugar in the label, but it may say something like dextrose or something similar, and that is a form of sugar. So basically, you know, the other thing to note too is that it's not an emotional weakness to have cravings. You're not a weak person if you are having a craving. It's a true addiction. And they have done research into the brain for a person who just consumed sugar and a person who just did cocaine. And the two brains lit up in the same ways from both of those things, from those two different things. So basically our brains are releasing the feel-good hormones, the dopamines and serotonins, both from sugar and also from drugs. So that's how addictive this substance really is. So the food industry hires craving experts. This was really mind-blowing to me. They hire cravings experts to maximize sugar addiction from their products. Scary stuff. And I was reading an article from Dr. Mark Hyman that was talking about how he had met with a CEO of Pepsi, and that individual talked about how they had hired a team of experts to harvest taste buds from humans and figure out how to trigger it just right to maximize addiction. Whew, scary stuff. So it's all around us. We're not eating real foods. We're eating fake, genetically modified, processed foods that are causing us to crave more of that type of food so that we spend the money. So what do you do about it? There are things that you can do to protect yourself, but it has to come from you. The food industry isn't going to have your back. We got to do it for ourselves. So the reason most of us crave carbs and sugar so much is because, one, we're eating too much of it. So we are overloading our body with this sugar, which then gets us into the cycle of wanting more of it. Number two, we don't eat enough of the right foods that shut off the cravings. There's actually kind of this craving control center in our brain, and fats, healthy fats, and lean proteins are what keep it in check, so we don't need to constantly be craving stuff. So you should have protein and healthy fats at each meal to keep you stabilized to get you to the next one. So when you are hungry, snack. But just reach for something like, you know, a hard-boiled egg and a handful of raw nuts instead of like a bag of potato chips or, you know, something quick, sugary that might be readily available to you. One other way to go about this and kick these cravings is to recognize the difference between true hunger and a craving. So there is such a thing as emotional eating, and that's not discounted in any way. There definitely, it exists. And what you have to do is you have to think, what am I feeling? and what do I need? We use the HALT method. It's an acronym, H-A-L-T. Hungry, angry, lonely, and tired. Those are the 4 things. Assess those 4 things before reaching for your snack, basically. So here are these 6 ways that you can take control of your cravings. Number 1, eat real food. You want to eat things like whole foods, vegetables, beans, nuts, fruits, and lean meats. These are the type of foods that are going to get you from meal to meal without having to be starving. Number 2, stabilize your blood sugar levels. So a full person is not a hungry person, right? Just in and of itself. That's just fact. So when you eat small meals throughout the day consisting of healthy fats and proteins, it's well balanced in your macronutrients, you're not going to be craving, okay? Number 3, ditch sugar completely. We do not need added sugar in our diet. We get enough sugars from our fruits, the breakdown of the carbohydrates from rice and beans and sweet potatoes and other vegetables. We don't need added sugar in our diet. So go cold turkey. You must eliminate all refined sugars, soda, fruit juice, artificial sweeteners from the diet. These all contribute to more cravings. Number 4, reduce your stress. Stressful people eat. There's a tie between stress and junk food, okay? Because again, when we're crashing, we want to go for that quick, easy fuel source, which is carbs and sugar. So learn to address your stress levels in a healthy way by doing things like meditation and yoga, maybe some walking, okay? Which brings us to our next step, number 5, exercise. When I have a craving, I go for a long walk. That seems to help. I get away, I get out of the kitchen. In the wintertime, I go take a hot bath, get myself out of the kitchen, and that helps. Scientifically, cravings last from anywhere from 3 to 5 minutes. So just keep that in mind the next time you're kind of going through a craving, that getting yourself away from the situation will be helpful. Number 6, crave cutting supplements. So a quality vitamin D, a fish oil, glutamine, and something like 5-HTP will help regulate your body's hormones so that you do not have these cravings. Now, as always, you want to go with a trusted supplement that's certified and tested, so make sure they come from a trusted source. So those are some tips and tricks for how to beat your sugar and carbs cravings. As always, if you're needing help, please reach out to one of our nutritionists or front desk people at Nuvi Nutrition. You can give us a call at 248-625-5143 to get yourself started on a program today. Thank you so much and have a great day.